Hey everybody. So signs, maybe it's omens is probably a little bit more of an appropriate word regarding the situation that just happened to me. Um, so first, let me preface by just sharing you guys a little bit of details about yesterday. Um, so I'm just sharing you guys with this to give you guys a little bit of a idea of where I'm at, what I've been doing, and also as in just science, like experiments, like learning how shit works. Like you gotta experiment on things to see what type of fucking results you get. And exercise. I worked out for no bullshit about 4 hours yesterday. About half and half running, a little bit more running, and then I did a lot of weightlifting and like sword practice and just punching and shit like that. But altogether, it's about 4 hours. And then in between, I did some writing and stuff like that I shared with you guys. Um, and then today I woke up, and I was uh, just feeling crazy, like just wild as all can be. And then it's like, okay, well, maybe I'll just keep on running. And it's like, it doesn't solve the problem. Like the exercise is great, but if you're not, if you got to go to the root of the problem, like what is eating at me? Like what is making me crazy? Like the exercise is good. It's more of a temporary thing though. You really need to examine what it is inside your soul that's it's making you fucking feel nuts. And for me, it's learning how to deal with my intensity. That's one of the, and in doing, see, this is why it's the root cause, because in doing so, then I'll be able to speak to people like in a social situation. Like it's hard for me a lot of times because it's like I'm full of this like very very strong intense desire to save the world, like predominantly, and also like to fall in love. Like these are two things that are very dear to my heart. But it's like in order like for my heart to really be connected to an individual, they're gonna have to have. It would make sense that they would have to have a similar desire to want to save and change this reality. And so like this is clearly not something that's typically talked about. uh, and so it can be hard for me in this reality sometimes to like go about my everyday and like having these very intense thoughts in my head and these passions in my head and this information in my head and not have anybody to really talk to about it. And but that's not anybody's fault but my own. Like there is a way. What I need to do is be better. I need to be more comfortable. It would be more conducive for me to be in a healthier state of being if I was more comfortable in just being honest with people and shit. Like, yeah, this is what I'm here to fucking do. If they want to hear me out, they can hear me out. If they don't want to, that's fine too. Like, there's a lot of information that needs to be shared about it. A lot of it has to do with the hemp plant, and just vibrational energies and just the difference between low vibe and high vibe and everything in between and what things encourage certain reactions. Da da da. But it's a lot of information, and a lot of people are gonna look at you like you're fucking nuts. But some people it's gonna vibe with, like that's at least what I'm feeling, especially here in Portland. It's literally could be the best city that I've ever been in regards to doing what I'm doing because they're very eco-friendly here and they're also very open-minded. But there's also a lot of darkness that goes along with that openness, but that can be addressed. And anyway, getting back to the science. So as I told you guys, I worked out for 4 hours yesterday, which I don't know if I've ever been quite at that high level of ability. And it's like the thing was too, like I'm not even like I woke up. That's something that bothered me is I woke up and I was expecting to kind of be sore, maybe a little bit relaxed after doing all that shit. And it's like my muscles aren't even that sore. Which is really a good thing physiologically because it means I'm healing very quickly, and it also means that my diet and is doing well. Like what I'm choosing to consume, a lot of it has to do with hemp seeds, and I take a lot of vitamins too. Maybe I'll share with you guys the vitamins I take, but which vitamins isn't the best way to go. You should be eating your food, like really ideally, optimally, you should be getting your nutrients from the food that you eat. However, if you're not getting good nutrients, it's better. I feel it's better for you to take vitamins to help get what you're not getting. If you know you're not going to eat a good diet, just take your vitamins. Like, it does help. But anyways, so that's part of it. But the large part is the hemp seeds that I consume tablespoons a day. Maybe sometimes up to, I don't know, maybe it's probably an average around 6 tablespoons a day. Sometimes more, maybe sometimes less. But that's a lot of hemp seeds. And I know this is the reason why I'm able to regenerate my body so quickly, and it's because of the hemp seeds. But anyways, so moving on. But even with the hemp, as much as I talk about it, it's not a cure-all. Like, you still, like, even with the cancer and everything I've been talking about, you still have to change your ways. The hemp can help heal you and get you to a state of mind and being that's going to give you the strength and even the mental clarity to at least be like, okay, I can see a little bit better of what's going on. I'm feeling a little bit better physically. I have better energy. Like, my systems are running better, but there's still a lot of work to do in regards to the programming, the information that you've absorbed that got you to that sick point, or if that's what you're dealing with. In my case, it is. And so, anyway, so again, getting back to the omen I want to talk about. So I woke up feeling like kind of crazy, and yeah, there's stuff going on, but any type of relationship issue that you got going on, like, that's, again, how you react to things, like learning how to react to things in a healthy manner. Like, I'm not blaming anybody. Like, there's even good signs that I saw earlier today that should have motivated me to be more positive about shit. And it's like, and it did. I do really appreciate those signs that I saw. But then the part of me is like thinking, well, hold on a fucking second. Like, this is what really gets me, is like to feel like I'm getting so close to something that I've wanted my whole life, essentially, and then also to feel, I know it's just the doubt fucking with my head, the enemy, the low vibe resistance, but it's like, I gotta be real with it. I think speaking on these things, I strongly think it's better to speak on these things rather than keep yourself quiet, because it's not going to go away. And so, like, speaking about it, at least it puts it out in the open. So now it's like, it's not being hidden anymore. It's not confined. It's now open and free, more free flowing than it was confined. Especially if it's dealing with other people and they may not be, as aware. I mean, of course they're not as aware because they're not in my head. So it's like, me sharing these things that could possibly have effects on other people also helps them with their clarity in the situation. Information is key in a battlefield. So it's like, I mean, in life, love's a battlefield, so it's like, the more information I share and how I'm feeling in my heart and all these type of things, the better it is going to bring clarity to the situation for whatever, whether that leads to a connection or a disconnection. It's going to help bring clarity. And so part of me was resistant to even say anything today, because I feel in a mood, like, this is the fucked upness. I literally feel closer maybe ever than I have to connecting, possibly. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, I could be wrong, but then I also have this thing inside of me that's like, like, my track record with relationships is really not very well. Like, I really haven't done a good job with friendships, and especially, female relationships. So it's like, little bear, come on, buddy. My parents are upstairs. Hold on, I'll continue this. All right, y'all take care. I love you guys. Bye.